All right. Hey there, everybody. It's Rev Kev here. Pray you are having an amazing day today. You know what I forgot to do here? Double checking this, making sure this is working. Okay. I think we're connected. I think we're working. You ever had one of those days? And today has been a little bit of one of those days where I've just had meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting, and I've been on Zoom pretty much all day today. so, so I figured in my tea time, I'd get off of a Zoom meeting and jump on over here to YouTube and have a cup of tea with all of you fine people. So, mm, it's great to be here, and hope you're doing really well. Just wanted to have a Wednesday afternoon cup of tea with you. Just something I'm doing from time to time here on my channel, just to touch base and hang out a little bit as a community, whether you're new to the channel or you've been subscribing for a long time, whether you're one of my members or whether you're just someone who just happens to stumble across this and find it. Really means a lot to me that you swing by here and spend a bit of time together. Sorry, let's just open this up here and turn this back on. And there we go. So, yes, like I said, oh, my back is sore too. I started this, not started, but I've been doing this new stretching uh, workout as part of my Ddpy fitness. So I'll do my Ddpy for about 40, 45 minutes or so. And then on the days when I'm teaching, I'll do that about, 30 to 40 minutes. And then I do about another 20 minutes of stretching where I'm trying to just open up my muscles, open up my back, open up my hips a little bit better, and just really work on the stretch. So this morning it was shoulders, doing all these crazy shoulder stretches. So I'm kind of feeling it there in my shoulders this morning. So trying to sit back in my comfy chair. And I kind of sit cross-legged. That's actually, I find sitting cross-legged quite comfortable. So I don't know. Most people go, that's horribly uncomfortable, but it's the way I relax. So yeah, so a few things I wanted to chat about today here on the Geek Corner as we have tea together. Today I'm drinking a what's it called? Raspberry Thriller. Again, herbal, caffeine-free raspberry thriller tea today. As I've shared before, I've been cutting back on my caffeine, really just trying to get it down to 1 cup a week. And I know there's all these different medical things that some people say caffeine's good for you and it's not good for you and all of that. So who knows? It's always hard to know exactly. So, but I just knew for me, the reason why I cut back on my caffeine is because it was really affecting my gut. I was just finding that more and more and more that my gut was really bothering me when I would have 2 or 3 cups of coffee a day. And even sometimes, even just 1 cup of coffee a day, it was starting to get to me. So I figured, you know what? Let's just keep it real simple and let's just really ease it down on the amount of caffeine that I'm bringing in. And it's actually made a huge difference. It's made a huge difference on the health of my gut, and have felt a lot better um, since doing that. So that's kind of what was driving that. And also the other reason that I wanted to do it was to improve my sleep. Um, I sleep terrible. It's just always been a thing that I've had for most of my adult life, whether it was because of the back pain that I used to just deal with a lot, or gut issues, or just the fact that my brain at night is usually going blah, 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 at a million miles an hour. So that's some of the reasons why. But then I'm sure caffeine played a big part of that too, because again, ever since I've been exercising, trying to eat a little bit better and getting off the caffeine, I'm actually sleeping a whole lot better as well. So that just becomes a part of it as well. So yeah. So again, I hope all of you are doing really well. It just kind of dawned on me that I didn't share the link to this, and say join me for tea, and we'll learn to spell tea properly. And there we go. Forgot to share that on Twitter earlier when I created the link. That's okay. Yeah, again, a few things I want to talk about. First things first, I want to give an update on my Ddpy Fitness Level 1 Instructor certification. I've shared a number of videos about this journey before on how I've been on this journey to become a certified instructor in Ddpy Fitness. Now, if you're not familiar, again, with Ddpy Fitness, you might know it more as Ddpy Yoga. That's kind of what the program has been called for the last number of years, and created by former pro wrestler, retired pro wrestler Diamond Dallas Page. And he's rebranded the program because it's so much more than yoga. It's not just simply about yoga and the stretches. It's a radically different workout than just simply yoga. Now, I'm not saying yoga is not a workout, because I've seen some people who are really into yoga and what they are doing is crazy. But this is just different. And so he's just incorporated so many more things when it comes to sports rehabilitation therapy, isometrics, calisthenics, and things like that, and incorporating all of that. So I recorded. So what the way the program for certification was working before is you spend, quite a few number of months really accumulating up to 100 hours of practice time, getting 20 hours of teaching time in, and then you submit a video. So I submitted my video in. It's a month tomorrow. So it's a full month. I submitted it on October the 4th. And so I just heard back from them yesterday that they're looking at it this week. They're going to be going over it and evaluating it this week. So that will come back to me. And then after, when that comes back to me, hopefully they just approve it and they say, yeah, 2 thumbs up, you did a great job, and then we move on to the next phase. If they don't like it, I might have to redo it. And basically what that is, it's just me leading a 50-minute class through the entirety of the Ddpy Level 1 program. All the key moves, all the key stretches, all the modifications for the different fitness levels, and all of that comes into play there. So that's submitted. Now, once that gets approved, then I've got some different notes and other things like that I've got to hand in. So fingers crossed that this finally gets moving and gets approved. Was actually on a call earlier today with the guys and the gals from Ddpy Fitness. And man, I should have taken a screenshot, because this was one of those times when, you see, over the years, I've had many, many opportunities to meet people of influence and meet celebrities. And whenever I meet people of influence, and when I mean people of influence, I mean kind of like big time politicians. Like I've met Prime Minister of Canada. I've met different politicians. I've met over the years. I've met different celebrities. When I was a member of the 501st Legion, I've met different actors and creators from Star Wars in there. And my wife always teases me, because whenever I tend to meet these people, people of influence, or meet these celebrities, it's usually when I'm suited up in my stormtrooper costume. And I'm just pointing to that over there, because it's just kind of sitting right there, back on its mannequin. So I'm usually dressed up as that guy when I meet a person of influence or meet a celebrity. So my wife's always teasing me, saying, you didn't meet a celebrity. Like, you didn't meet Ray Park. You didn't meet, who are some of the other Star Wars people I meet? You didn't meet Billy D. Williams. You didn't meet Ian McDermott. You didn't meet Anthony Daniels. Like, all these people that I've been in a stormtrooper costume with beside them at different events. They're like, you didn't meet them because you're just this prop to advertise them, which she's not wrong. So anyways, I was on a Zoom call this morning with other fitness instructors from Ddpy, and none other than Diamond Dallas Page jumps in to the call, and he's with us, and he's asking us, hey, I just want to let you know I love all you guys, and does anyone have any questions for me? And there's like 40 people on the call. We're all like, cricket. No one had any questions for him. And it was just kind of like one of those moments like, dude, Kevin, come on, think of something witty, think of something cool to say. And I had nothing. So, but I was like, dang, I should have grabbed a screenshot there. So I was like, here I am, I'm in a Zoom call with Diamond Dallas Page. But hashtag missed opportunity. maybe next time. So yeah, so that was really cool. And it was really cool just being a part of that call because there's some amazing things coming up with this fitness program. They're really ramping it up. Got some really cool things coming out in the new year, coming out with some new ways to help more and more people become fit. And that's really a big passion of mine, as I've shared many times here on the channel, to see people emotionally, spiritually, and physically well. I think those three things just so play out in our lives. When we're not emotionally well, that can affect us spiritually. It affects us physically. When we're not physically well, that affects us emotionally. It affects us spiritually. And they're just so, these three things are just so intertwined. And that's one of the reasons why I've loved, being on this Ddpy instructor certification journey, just to see how I can incorporate that more into my life and into my ministry as a pastor here in my city. Again, how can I not just help people grow spiritually, how not to just provide people some encouragement and, some motivation and, helping with their emotional or mental well-being, but then also incorporate some of the physical well-being with that as well. So that's some of the stuff that I'm playing with. So that was really cool, just being on that call today and getting an update on where things are going. And hopefully they'll have some more official updates coming out from that hopefully in the next month or so. So look forward to that. Another thing that I wanted to talk about here just briefly today. Hey, how's it going, Walt G? Thanks so much for popping by. Mythin the Panther presser. But the rev is worth it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Is that the Panthers? That's like a sports thing, right? Dude, you have to forgive me. I'm not a sports guy. So I know there's a bunch of big sports things going on right now happening. And, but I've always been more of a geek. So that's why even the fact that I do this fitness program now is quite odd for me because I've never been into health or sports stuff before. But again, I appreciate you popping in. It really means the world to me. And thank you again for being a member. That really, really means a lot to me. Yeah, so the other thing that was really cool that just happened today was my wife, Danielle. Again, I don't know how many of you know this, but my wife, Danielle, wrote a book. It's called The Ripple Effect. Now, I know if you go on Amazon, there are a lot of books called The Ripple Effect. So you want to find the one that's written by Danielle Presso. She wrote this book as it's a memoir of her spiritual journey. And because she has been on a crazy, crazy journey. There you go. It's football. My apologies. I should have known it was football. I knew there was something big going on in the sports world. I noticed it on Twitter. And so I should have clued in that was football. So I hope you enjoy the football game or the presser that's happening today. Yeah, so my wife was on a crazy, crazy journey. My wife went through a real profound time with God where she was going through several different major health issues that she describes in detail here in the book, and then how God met her in that and provided healing and comfort and hope. And what's been amazing for us is to hear other people read this story. And what's been really amazing is to hear people read the story who would say that they don't have a Christian faith, right? Like people from whether a different faith background, practice a different religion, or people of no faith. And just to hear their feedback on this has been really encouraging. So it was an amazing experience for Danielle to put this book out. It was first published, it came out at the end of June. We had a book launch party for it in July. And now we're kind of ramping up kind of a second wave of book promotions. And what's really cool is that my wife, Danielle, was interviewed on the local radio station here in the city that we live in. And so that was just a great experience for her. She had a lot of fun just kind of doing a short interview with one of their DJs that do a weekly spot where they highlight different books And they love being able to highlight local artists and local authors. So that was just an amazing thing. So that interview was just so cool to listen to. So if you want to check out that interview, I'm just gonna grab it here. I've got the link for it. I'm just gonna cut and paste this here into the chat here. Let's go nice and slow here. Okay, I don't know why it makes this big, huge, giant, crazy link here. But if you're interested, that's the crazy giant link for this here. And you can check that out. Check out that interview. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on the interview. And if you are some of the people who bought the book, read the book, would love to hear your thoughts on it as well. Again, this is a new thing for us, a new experience for us. And we're trying to learn from it. That both Danielle and I, we both really have a heart of learning and growing. Even though, I'm 50 years old, I'm a big believer in you're not dead, you're not done. There's always improvement. There's always ways you can grow. There's always ways you can stretch yourself. And so that's one of the things that we're trying to do. And so this book has actually been a part of that journey, and doing these interviews and learning how to market and all of that. And so we're really seeing this as kind of a step in providing more coaching and providing more care for leaders, for people in the community, for people in need. So would love for you to check that out and let me know what you think of it. So that was, again, just something really, really exciting today. I really, really like this raspberry thriller tea. This is probably one of my favorite ones. Again, it's taken me quite a while to get into liking herbal tea because I was so addicted to coffee for so many years. But this one I really like. This one's good. There we go. And then, so what else did I want to chat about here on my break? I've got another meeting probably around 4 o'clock. So I just wanted to jump into here for about 40 minutes or so. Again, tea time break. Want to talk a little bit about this Book of Boba Fett trailer that dropped yesterday, or the day before. I can't even remember when that was now. I think it was yesterday. What's been fascinating about this is how little buzz there is about it online. Like, I remember when the Mandalorian teaser trailer dropped, it was like everyone just kind of lost their stuff. Like, everyone went crazy, and it was all over social media. It was all over the place, and people were so excited about this. Now, maybe because it was the first live action Star Wars finally coming to Disney Plus, and everyone been waiting for so long for it. I'm not too sure what it was, but this one just doesn't seem to have caught on the same way that one does as well. So Discord's great for helping market and promoting. I'm definitely getting the book. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm Catholic, but like some serious knowledge about my faith. Hey, that's totally cool. My background's actually, I was raised French Canadian Roman Catholic. That's my background. So I've gone through all the big not ordinances. What are they called? I can't even remember what they were officially called, but like being, the christening, the first communion, the confirmation, the confession, all of those big things. That was how my family, that's how we grew up. So I totally understand that background. But if you pick it up, Walt, I would love to get your thoughts and as you read it. And always feel free to shoot me a message on Twitter if ever you have any questions about that stuff. Always happy to answer questions about it as well. So back to the Book of Boba Fett. Again, there's no buzz about it. Like, it's, people are making their reaction videos. People are talking about it. And you got the two camps of people, obviously, like we do in everything Star Wars now. You got those who love it, and you have those who hate it. And I fall in the camp of indifferent. And what I mean by indifferent is it looks interesting and it looks good, but the problem is I don't care. because as long as Disney and Lucasfilm keep making Star Wars content that takes place in between the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy, as long as they keep playing and telling stories in there, I'm really not interested because of the ending. It's no matter what that you do, no matter what you do that's cool, no matter what amazing story you do, no matter if they could come up with an incredible version of the Grand Admiral Thrawn story and build up to that and just do an amazing story, but it still ends with a horrible treatment of Han Solo, a horrible treatment of Luke Skywalker, a very poor treatment of Princess Leia, and the resurrection of the Emperor, and all of these things. And so it just makes me not care about that time period. So I wish, and I've said this a lot, I wish they would just jump forward, like jump 1,000 years into the future and just start telling stories in that timeline. And that way you can just introduce anything new. You can do new things. You can be creative. You can do whatever you want without messing up old lore, without having to grab characters from the expanded universe and twist them and modify them to jam them into the Disney Star Wars canon. For me, it would just make so much more sense. And so that's what I really think they should do. Hey, how's it going, Miss Martin Muses? Hope everything is well with you. Thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it. So that's what was fascinating to me. Again, seeing this trailer drop and even the YouTube channels that do these trailer reactions where they normally get like tens of thousands of views whenever they do reactions for this one, they're not getting that number of views. It just seems really, really low. Now, is it because it just looks too much like The Mandalorian? They want something completely different? Who knows what it is? But it just, for me, just felt flat. Just totally felt flat. Yeah, agree 100%. Leave the Skywalkers dead. It's just they just need to move on. They just got to stop playing in that timeline because they just keep wrecking it. Especially since those of us who are really, whether you were in the past or you're just getting into it now, like I am, those that are into the expanded universe. Well, not that every single expanded universe book was good. There are some stinkers in there, absolutely, and but it just had a better story in here with a better ending, and a better drive, with the original characters while introducing new people. So I think for me, that's what the biggest problem is. And yeah, exactly. Here, how weird was it seeing Luke's face in the Mandalorian finale? And honestly, I really wish I would have had my cell phone nearby me when that show aired, because my son and I, Cameron and I, we were watching it, and I ugly cried. Like I did. I ugly cried. I mean, I lost it. Because that's what I wanted from the sequel trilogy. Like that's what I've been waiting 20, 30 years, 40 years since 1983. This is what I'd been waiting to see was, Jedi Master Luke Skywalker and his adventures now as a Jedi Master. And the fact that we never got that and we just get this little tiny glimpse of it in The Mandalorian, like, man, the emotions that just came out of me surprised me. Like I didn't even realize how much that emotion was just all pent up in there and how much I had that huge need to see, man, Jedi Master Luke Skywalker in action. So, and that's why for me, The Rise of Skywalker, The Last Jedi, like just destroyed everything. So that's why whenever they drop these new trailers, whenever they make these announcements, there's just no excitement on my end. I haven't watched The Bad Batch. I've got no interest in it. I watched The Mandalorian when it came out. Yeah, I'm just reading my books here now. I'm reading now. What am I reading right now? Right now I'm reading the Star Wars Deceived, which takes place in the Old Republic. First time I've ever read that, so I've never read any of the Old Republic books before. I've never even played the Old Republic video game. which I know it's crazy, right? But never played it. So one of these days, maybe I got to pick it up here on Steam or play it here on my laptop. Hey, thank you so much for the Padawan bees. Thanks so much for coming by. They will expand again, need to rein in bits and get focused again, established and expand. I do look forward to the next few years for sure. They have better standards for the EU back then. Yeah, no, totally. I totally get it. Like I get what they're doing. It totally makes sense to me. It's like they're trying to figure out that Marvel Cinematic Universe formula and how that can incorporate into Star Wars. So I get there's going to be hit and misses and experimenting with that. Part of me, honestly, still hopes they're going to retcon the sequel trilogy. Are we allowed to say that now? I know some people really don't like it when we talk about it. But, Dave Filoni did give us the way to do that in Star Wars Rebels with the World Between Worlds. And with the Ahsoka series, man, I would love to see them use that story element there and just tweak, retcon, change, update the sequel trilogy, whatever. Make the sequel trilogy the Legends storyline and do that. Hey, how's it going? Amen, Fate. Thanks for coming by. I really appreciate you being here. And the Umbrella Saber from the Anime Visions. Tell me you guys have seen it. I've not watched Visions. I haven't seen that yet either. Again, I just have no stomach, no drive, no desire. I'm just very blah when it comes to the stuff that they're putting out right now. I am going to sit down and watch it at some point. My son, again, Cameron, he really loves anime. So we need to sit down and do that together and watch it together. Then we'll probably do a reaction, comment video here on the channel. But I haven't seen it. So yeah. Amen, Fate. Yeah, you've seen the Umbrella. Again, I saw the trailer. That was it. And again, not being an anime guy, I was kind of like, cool, whatever. All right. It's in the first episode, first 10 minutes. Watch the first episode. Okay, just because it's you, Walt. Just because it's you, I'll check it out. Okay, that one's worth it. The rest, trash. Okay, good to know. We'll check out that one in the next little bit. So it's just been kind of interesting, just kind of seeing these things come out. And there was also another announcement that just came out today. One of the things that current Disney Star Wars has been doing is they're republishing some of the Legends books. So they just dropped a bunch of new books that they're rebranding with new covers and new artwork. So obviously the big one that I knew was going to come out eventually is Kenobi, which again, totally makes sense that they would do that one and get that one out there, because with that Obi-Wan Kenobi series coming out, you'd think they'd really want to be ramping that one up, right? Because this book here, Kenobi, right here. Can I reach it with my headphone on? No, I can't reach it with my headset on. But is one of the books that a lot of EU people comment on about how good it was. Now, for me, the Kenobi book was okay. It wasn't a great book, but it was an okay book. And some of the elements in it that I loved the most, I wish they would have really done a lot more with. Namely, Obi-Wan Kenobi's meditating and his private journal. Like in those times, like there's a few parts in the books where it's written in the first person because it's Obi-Wan writing in his journal. And he's reflecting on the fall of Anakin and the creation of Darth Vader. He's reflecting on, Luke and him being the New Hope, and trying to learn from Qui-Gon Jinn in order to reach and become one with the Force and things like that. And so that's I really like that book for that. Exactly. Yeah. I do try to avoid the Legends banners. I try to buy the old line. That's awesome, Padawannabe. I'm doing the same thing. Like this collection here that I got behind me, Again, I can just tilt it up. Like it's getting pretty big. Like it's I'm currently sitting at now 140 books right now that I've owned. And I've picked these up during the pandemic. Like this is a new hobby for me. This is a new thing for me. I never really read much of the expanded universe before, so I'm quite new to it. And exactly like you say, like I'm buying it with no legends. I do have a few books in here, but again, most of them, they're all without the banner. I have a few. I think in total, out of the 140 that I own, I think I have 8 that have the banner because I found a copy of the book. Yeah, here's one here, like Scoundrels from Timothy Zahn. That one has it because this one was hard to find. I couldn't find this one anywhere. And so I just grabbed it from a secondhand bookstore when I found it, even though it had the banner. And some of the paperback ones only have the banner. Like I think Kenobi only comes with the banner, if I'm not mistaken. So that's one of the things that's a part of this as well. So yeah, so out of this whole collection now, I think, what was my last update? I'm missing 10. I'm missing 10, and then I have the whole collection, all the novels from before the Disney sale. So I'm really, really excited about that. Really, really excited about that. And that's cool. You're moving right along. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So many great stories there. Lots of must reads. This is basically my retirement plan. Is these books. This is what I'm going to do when I finally retire in 15 years. I figured I've got 40 years of novels now behind me. And so when I retire from pastoring at 65 in 15 years, then I've got that 15 years, and then I got another 25 years of retirement of reading. So I've got a good up until I'm 90. So I'll be able to keep loving Star Wars until I'm 90 years old by reading all of these books. So yeah. That would be post Skywalker, right? But don't want to watch Obi walk the desert for 2 hours and walk up on Spider Mall. Yeah, that's who knows what they're going to do with that. Who knows? It's going to be weird. It's going to be weird, and yeah, and I wish I was excited about it. My son and we argue about this one all the time, but because he's really pumped and excited about it, and I'm like, eh. And he's like, but it's Ewan McGregor, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's like, eh. So I get his excitement, but it's like I just got so many fear that they're just gonna break something else and change something else and wreck something else. So that's just me. So yeah. So good, yeah. So they came out with this announcement. More books coming out. So the Kenobi book is coming out. There's another book in the X-Wing series, which they've renamed. They've renamed it to Rogue Squadron, even though the series was called X-Wing before, which makes sense because they have a movie coming out directed by Patty Jenkins called Rogue Squadron. So you got to gear up and market for that. And then there's a couple of other books. I think there was another one of the Darth Bane books is being released again because that Darth Bane trilogy is one of the most popular books in the people that I talk to. I know it's some of their favorite books. And then I can't remember what the last one was. I think there was a 4th book in there that they were re-releasing with the new cover as well. Yeah, I know. I'm getting old. That's why I do my Ddpy fitness every day, to keep young and flexible. Got to embrace the change. Yeah, embrace the change. But I'm okay. You know what? I'm not the type of guy who is afraid of change. In fact, I, in a lot of ways, love change. I'm a big tech guy. I love to introduce a whole new things, try new things, learn new things, develop new skills, and things like that. So for me, when Disney took over Star Wars, I was totally open. I didn't have a problem with them scrapping the EU because I wasn't a big guy into the EU. I was like, yeah, go for it. Create new stuff, do new stories, tell something really cool. Until Rise of Skywalker and the Rise of Skywalker and the Last Jedi movies just killed it for me. So ever since that happened, it's like, oh, I don't care. I don't care what you do. So, but that's just kind of what happens. Rogue Squadron was the game series, so it does make me wonder if it ties in. Yeah, that's a good point too. There's yeah, I remember that video game. I used to love playing the X-wing and TIE Fighter video games on my old PC. Those were amazing, amazing games. I absolutely loved those so much. They're so good. Ah, man, my tea's getting cold already. That's what happens when I just sit here and chat away and talk. But again, it's really cool just to pop in here and see a bunch of you here. Really appreciate you stopping by, hanging out, and chatting Star Wars with me. Just wanted to take a quick little coffee break, not coffee break, little tea break in here. I agree. The new isn't new. It's a lot of recycled material. Very true. Yeah, OG Star Wars, man. I love her channel. She is awesome, awesome, awesome. She is a great, great person. Her knowledge of this stuff just blows my mind. Every time I'm invited to go onto her channel, I feel so unworthy. Because I'm like, they're like talking stuff in details, and I'm just like, man, I thought I knew Star Wars, but nothing like she does and some other people. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, so I got to get ready. I got another work meeting before I end the day. And then tonight is date night with my wife. We're actually going out to see the new movie that's come out. I can't remember what it's called. The Reluctant Convert. The Reluctant Convert. It's The Life of C.S. Lewis. New movie that's coming out, and it's playing here in my city for one day, one showing only. And we managed to get tickets for that. So really looking forward to seeing that movie tonight. This movie about C.S. Lewis. So my wife and I think we've been talking about doing a new feature here on the channel called Date Night Movie Review. And so we'll come on together and do a little movie review of that after we see that tonight. So looking forward to that. And then Eternals. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I've got my tickets to go. We're going as a family. Go see the Eternals on Friday. So we'll talk about that one. I'm looking forward to that one, man. That one's getting review bombed like crazy. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. Anyways, thank you so much, everybody, for coming by. And again, really means the world to me that you stop by, that you interact with me here, that you're part of the community. Really appreciate those of you who've become members. It really, really helps out a lot in the work that we're doing to be a blessing into the community here. And again, just really appreciate each and every one of you. So until the next video, God bless you, everybody. And we'll talk to you again real soon. Take care, everybody.